All right, here we go. What's it been since us three've been together? What, 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
At least. This is ridiculous. This is bullshit. But
I
hey,
know.
Jason, look, we were waiting until we get live on camera to tell you something. You're gonna be jealous. November, me and Candace gonna be live together. I'm going to see Candace in November.
Oh shit! When?
Yeah, was it like November, like that weekend, first, second weekend?
Yeah, you said it was like the first or second weekend.
Oh, if it's the weekend or if it's the week of the 10th, I'll fucking show up.
I think it is the week of
the 10th.
That's my birthday. Fuck yeah.
I think it is. So my brother-in-law is working. He's a safety guy, and he's working in Philly. And look, he's not a runner. I don't think he's ran probably a mile in 20 years altogether. But my wife's a big runner, and so they have the Rocky 5K, and it's a Rocky marathon, but they're not doing the marathon or the half marathon. So she's a big runner, and he asked her if she would do it with him, and so she said, "Yeah, I'll do it." So we're going to fly up there, and then while we're there, we're going to hook up with the new mom. I mean, you'll probably be I think we decided if everything stays on track, it'll be 5 weeks. Your baby will be 5 weeks old.
Yep.
Oh, he'll be ready for a trip by then.
I know. How exciting! I'm so excited.
So that would be awesome, Jason. If you can, how far are you from there? You can't be 5-6 hours.
Yeah, you're from
probably
Philly,
6.
right?
What's that?
From Philly, you're probably like 5-ish, right?
I'm 4 hours to Pittsburgh.
Oh, then you're probably 6 hours to Philly.
Yeah, so then you might be
fine. Have truckload travel. I'll bring all my podcast shit.
Oh, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure something out.
I'll pack all the shit and we'll fucking go.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a good time. So we're gonna cover your deal first, Candace. Tell us before we play this video, what the fuck? Who are these people, and what the fuck is going on with these people?
So here's what happened. We all knew about the preliminary hearing about Tyler Robinson that happened last week. It carried over into the weekend.
Your sister's losing her mind. Yes.
Yes, exactly. She's fucking losing her shit. And oddly enough, she was on vacation while this was going down. But she's so devoted to the cause. Anyway, I did just like a standalone, some of the stupid shit that I do all the time, just like a still shot caption about how the evidence has shown that Candace Owens is full of shit and her supporters are stupid, yada, yada, yada. Well, it wound up getting over 2 million views. Everybody's commenting. The Candace cult's coming after me. It is what it is. These hacks of I don't know what they are, called the New Party, sent me a message and they asked me to appear on their podcast. For a brief moment, I was like, oh, let me entertain this. But I'm not a dumbass. I'm not going to go in there blind. I want to see who these people are and what they talk about. So I went on their YouTube channel and I found this video and I was like, fuck these people. And it just really resonated with the fact that there is so much delusion out there.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Can't even. The video will speak for itself.
Okay, well, you want to play it, and then we'll kind of get more into it?
Yes, absolutely. This is the New Party, and this is what they think about what they call illiterate MAGA.
Okay, are they former conservatives, and they're forming a new party of what are their background?
Okay, so you know what it is? New Party, same old shit. The one claims to be a libertarian. She's more like an anarchist. The other one in the top with the jacked up bangs, she
I was just gonna say that.
Well, they look like liberals. That's what I'm saying. They look like liberals.
Yes,
I mean, liberals are very unattractive.
100%. She, in the beginning of this show, she says that she is a quote lefty, and I'm like, yeah, that tracks. But the other one is claiming to be a libertarian. But when I there's a disconnect between modern day libertarians and the Thomas Jefferson, James Madison libertarians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not the same. So I look at these people and I'm like, you're just another recycled form of Marxism. Okay. That you're trying to just shoot out as free thinking.
Well, let's play it.
Player.
better than this. I mean, I wouldn't.
They have convinced enough of the illiterate MAGA that the FBI has cracked the case and that they have the right guy. Because you don't need 100% of people to agree. You just need that good, solid, illiterate 40%. That's it. The people that read at the 3rd grade level or less, that aren't going to question too much, that don't know what big words are, that don't know how to process evidence from even like a documentation standpoint. And it's not their fault. They just don't have the literacy to do it. And they have convinced that 40% that it's not a conspiracy, that this is the good old fashioned, good old boys solving the crime and cracking the code. And it's like anybody with 2 nickels to rub together and literacy knows that this is super fishy. Even if you don't believe it was a conspiracy to murder him, you have to admit nothing about this makes sense. I know multiple people who are familiar with weapons who all say the same thing. There's no way his neck stopped at 30-06.
Yeah. So what I love is that extreme generalization. That is what all of these people are doing right now. So according to this jackwagon, we're all just illiterate maggots, right? You know, that's what we are. I mean, I probably have more organizational experience than that bitch. Let's just call it that. Like
they don't understand big words, Candace.
No, I read at a 3rd grade level, apparently. I don't know how this happened where this just became like a movement. It became a crazy Marxist leftist movement. And the reason why it happened is because it's very easy to hate white people, the government, and Christians. And that's ultimately what this is about. This has formed into like a movement where it's so easy to get behind the government's lying to you because we hate the government. And, you know, Charlie Kirk's wife is the killer because she's white and Christian. And it's just this domino effect of delusion. And what I think is funny is that she's putting us all in this box regarding this case when anybody with any sort of legal background says there's witnesses, there's a confession, there's corroboration, there's all of these things, and any person in the legal avenue will say this is kind of what makes sense. Right now, all of a sudden, we can't wrap our heads around that radical leftists kill people. Is that what this fucking twatzola is trying to sell us? That no, can't be the leftist guy. Can't be the leftist with the tranny boyfriend. It has to be, you know, the Israeli government and Erica Kirk, because that's more plausible.
Have you had like actual discord with these people?
So I have not. And my husband told me that I should. And I said him quite plainly, I am having a difficult time with being respectful. If I put myself in that situation, I absolutely will not be fucking respectful.
Well, you can't talk to people like that, Ken. There's you can't communicate. These people cannot communicate
with somebody like that.
How? No, you can't. I mean, anybody that has hair like that, you being a hair professional, how would you even speak to anybody with hair like that? There's no way you would even have a conversation with those people.
I mean, look, she's got a face for radio. There's that. And it's like,
yeah, I do too. So I do have that sympathy. I do sympathize with her for that or empathize with her because I have a face for radio too. But I just don't understand. I guess, you know, she's probably in academia. She probably has more degrees than a thermometer and no education.
Makes minimum wage.
Yeah. And, you know, she works at Starbucks.
Yeah, I was just going to say a barista.
Yeah.
Right.
She's a barista.
We're illiterates, by the way.
And
like
this is where a guy like me, who's, you know, and I do have life experiences and I have professional experiences, but the bottom line is I'm a pretty simple guy. It's very easy for me to just look at it and say, this was a crazed leftist lunatic who was looking for a cause and he killed Charlie Kirk. Why are we complicating this? And especially with your twin sister, the other Candace. And look, I have not been the one who has early on people like, you know, she's nuts and this and that. Mm-hmm. And I haven't been that person, but I will tell you this. She is absolutely, first off, she's a liar.
Well, your girlfriend's rolling over on her. Miss Megyn Kelly is like,
oh,
I don't want to do this
I
no
got
more.
well, I have a Megyn Kelly. Yeah, Megyn is fine. Megyn was the one. Megyn tried to mediate the deal with her and Erica, and she did. And what did Candace do? Went right back. She doubled down after that meeting. It actually got worse. So, Megyn definitely tried to do that. But it's like, I just can't see how anybody would listen to this woman, anything, because everything she said is a lie. That Tyler Robinson, the trans guy was never interviewed. Well, they played the fucking interview.
Then they're saying he's a robot.
Tyler Robinson wasn't on. He wasn't there.
Oh yeah, that whole mashup from the Sean Ryan interview where everything she said, then they posted fucking back and forth.
And you brought up and let me tell you what, fuck Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan is a fucking clown. I used to like him back before when he was, he originated his podcast to highlight warriors and to talk about those things, and he did a good job. But when he got into politics, this guy's fucking illiterate when it comes to politics.
Now he's saying he's getting out. He's just gonna not.
Well, because he's a fucking clown. He's embarrassing himself. You watch him interview somebody. The only two things he knows how to do is say, "Wow, holy shit."
He's so monotoned. It's rough.
The drink
he's a terrible interviewer.
Sound button for it. They've got it. They've got him on a soundtrack. They hit a button. It's like, are you serious?
And look, I'm not saying that I am a master interviewer. I choose to do, my morning show. I do monologue, and then I do the show with y'all. We're really not interviewing. We're just sitting here bullshitting and talking about life and talking about these issues. I'm not saying I'm a big interviewer. You got people who are really good at it. Tucker's good at it. Mega's good at it. There's a lot of good ones out there. Sean Ryan is not. He brings these clowns on like Candace. He doesn't press them on any issues. Look, he had Hunter Biden on. He had Gavin Newsom on. And so he needs to get out of politics, because I promise you, Candace, the child that you're carrying in your stomach right now has more political knowledge than fucking Sean Ryan.
Well, listen, and that's
just
how I feel.
Your child.
And that's how I feel about these hacks that come out and they start forming these groups. Like this is a perfect example, like the new party. Like you're the same old recycled Marxist ideas. And you're trying to rubber stamp that as we're so new and different and independent. And no, you want a Marxist anarchist utopia. That's what you want.
Well, they bring that up because they know people will listen to it. Now, not everybody's going to believe it, but they have an audience. They have the listeners. So it's like, listen, here's what's happening. They're saying this, but this is really what it is. And like you said, you can't talk to them. You can't state facts, because then they just turn it around.
These are irrational. This is the complete and utter definition of irrationality. And it's what we've been dealing with now since Trump's been in his second term, longer, obviously. But it's this complete and utter, the simplest, most easily plausible explanation with the evidence to back it up is all of a sudden crazy. And we're illiterate dipshits for thinking that. My husband's an attorney. I will say it every fucking day. I asked him, what do you think? He said, this is the easiest fucking case. The easiest case.
Exactly. I agree with it. It's fucking simple. What is so hard about it? It's like, I've lost interest. And when things get outlandish, and I just it's kind of like Epstein. I don't give a fuck about Epstein files because I'm tired of hearing about it. It's like once you start with all this crazy shit, this case especially, it's very, very simple. It's really simple. A crazed homosexual liberal went nuts and shot Charlie Kirk. End of fucking story.
That's it. That's as crazy as it gets. And I just really think that there has to be a bigger motive for the people that are trying to spin this. And it is to just create more of that anarchist, fuck the government, fuck Christianity, fuck this. It's so easy to hate those groups of people right now. And there are people like Candace Owens and the new party that are using that to their advantage. And they're just perpetuating that thought process of the government's lying to you, white people lie to you, Christians lie to you, everybody's full of shit. They're all taking advantage of you in a way to just amp people up so that they start revolting against those very categories. And it's working.
They're the ones that wake up and say, I'm having a shit day, and I'm going to make everybody else's day even shittier.
I agree with you, Jason, but I think it's a little bit bigger than that too. I think it's also, and we don't, we're doing this right now. Hopefully one day we get a little bigger and we get a bigger audience and we make money. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. But you got people like them, like Candace Owens or Sean Ryan and them, who are making millions doing these podcasts. So it's about clicks and likes to them. If they can get a topic that they feel like if 1 million people are watching it, they're going to double down on it. And she looks like a clown, but you know what? She's a rich fucking clown. She made some money. And so no matter what, and I think I can speak for both of y'all, no matter how big any of us would get, I'm never compromising my integrity for clicks and likes. I'm going to say dumb shit. I'm going to say crazy shit, but it's going to be shit I really believe, because she doesn't believe. Candace Owens does not believe the shit that she is saying.
She's got nothing to back it up. She's got nothing to back it up. And she's coming out saying, I'm so, like, how could the defense not call me? That would be the worst possible, like, strategy for the defense, to call this lunatic bitch. Like, they can do what they need to do with whatever little holes that may be in the evidence. It just, again, there's none of this stuff has been founded whatsoever. And the fact that you have a large group of people that are calling those of us that are like, well, the evidence kind of makes sense. Like, his own mother, like, kind of picked him out. Like, I don't know, that's got to hold some weight there.
I don't know what else you fucking need.
What do you need?
With what's already out there. And they're not even in trial yet. This is the fucking pre-trial.
Thank you. And that was some of the other things that would piss me off is
that's the ignorance of people. They don't understand the judicial system and how it fucking works. And that
they have no idea. They have no idea. They have no idea that
civics class.
The prosecution doesn't even have to provide anything to the defense prior to the preliminary hearing. They don't have to do that. Like, their job is probable cause. That's it. They produce what they have to give them probable cause. And at trial day, that's when we can start introducing reasonable doubt as a situation. Right. But these people don't understand that. They think that a
grand jury said this needs to go to trial. So you have these steps, pre-trial, boom, boom. He's getting a fair trial.
Yes. And it's people like Candace Owens and these stupid ass groups that are actually affecting the ability for this to be a fair trial, because they're interjecting so much shit into the media, into social media, that it's going to really taint people's perception. I mean, you have millions on that post that I did. The comments were frightening. Everybody, oh, go Max Candace, oh, Candace. And it's like, there are millions of people that globally stand with somebody like Candace Owens, and it's got to make you think, why? What is a person with a Palestinian flag in their bio? What do they gain by being a Candace Owens fan?
Right.
I don't know what they gain, but she's gaining money. It's about money. It's a money grab.
And back in the day, she seemed, I'm going to use air quotes, seemed somewhat normal. And all of a sudden, just a complete 180 that I don't even recognize this bitch anymore.
So, and I guess it leaves a question, Jason, is that who she always was? And I'm going to tell you, I've said this before on the show, where I fell in love with her was during George Floyd, because where she really got popular. Yeah, where she really got popular, and I think she meant it. And you had a young, at the time, I think she was in her 20s, if not early 30s, a young black woman was given a really different commentary than most young black women on George Floyd. And hers really wasn't as much, she thinks George Floyd died of a drug overdose. She did this documentary on it. And so she thinks he died of a drug overdose, but it was before that. Hers was, hey, however he died, whatever, but he is not a martyr. Look at this man's history. He's not a martyr, and there should be no statues. So that's where she really gained her notoriety, and she really lost it. And I know it's her friend, but hey, look, I've had friends die. I've had close friends die tragically in the line of duty. I get it, but it's what it is. I'm gonna say it one more time. A liberal activist, homosexual, didn't like Charlie Kirk because of his political beliefs, and shot him and killed him for his political beliefs. In the story, the man needs a death penalty and be done.
That's it. And we have examples of this for months prior. I think that's what's even more shocking. You've had school shooting after school shooting after school shooting leading up to Charlie Kirk's assassination, and yet somehow this is like such a radical thought process that, hey, actually, we have an issue with radical leftist violence.
Yeah.
And that's where we really need to focus our attention. Do I believe exactly what J.D. Vance said? Who radicalized him? Yes. That's what I want to know, because I believe there are underground leftist groups that do that. But it's not fucking Egypt planes and like, you know, Jim Morrison in the desert. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that.
I believe most things that J.D. Vance says. Okay, so what is Brittany? What do you want my opinion on?
The flock cameras. Do you guys have those?
What are those?
I don't know. Well, we may have them. We may call them something different. What are those?
I mean, essentially the cameras that are the police departments or cities, rather.
Oh yeah, the ones that were
where it has facial recognition, readers, all that shit. So they're tracking your, pretty much your every move if you're in an area that has them.
I like it as a law enforcement officer, but as a private citizen, I don't really like them. I do think there are some boundaries that get crossed, but you know what? If it's saving people,
you're fucking fence riding like son of a bitch.
No, I do. Let me tell you what, they've been used. I've seen them used. The LPRs with the cameras, with the license plate cameras, they're very beneficial law enforcement. But as a small government conservative, I have some issues with that Big Brother spying on us. So if it depends on what it's used for. So yes, I am kind of a fence rider on that. I see the law enforcement benefit. No, I am. I see the law enforcement benefit. But now that I'm a private citizen and I've gotten more a little more radical conservative, I think there should be some concerns with that.
I agree with you completely, and it's funny because the same people.
Yeah, we agreed on something completely. We never agree completely.
Come on, we do. But like the same people who are, again, conspiracy theory, the government, everybody's out to get you, don't trust anybody, are the same ones that are like, why don't they have these like special cameras? And it's like, well, is that what you want? Do you want like very interpersonal, like facial recognition shit? Like, is that what you want in all of these public areas? Because we could do that too. And it just seems like, again, they truly don't know what side they belong on.
And James, I was fucking with you, but I'm the same way though. Like, I think they can do a lot of good for the nefarious actions that are happening, but for everyday citizens, I don't think we need to be watched. But she brought up, Britt brought up a good point though. We all have these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we're all being tracked one way or a fucking another.
No, it is. Yeah,
turn off. I don't care what you turn off in here, how deep in the settings you go, you're being watched.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I mean, you've ever been sitting around talking to your spouse, and you mention just a top. I'm not talking about on Facebook and you're typing something. I'm talking about sitting in your living room, talking to your spouse, and you say, "Man, Domino's Pizza sounds good tonight." And then you go on Facebook, it pops up Domino's Pizza. What the fuck? I mean, come on.
Let me tell you, the other day I was at the firehouse and I'm texting back and forth with Jill. She's working in the office in a meeting. And all of a sudden I see a text from Jill and it's completely to do with her work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wrong thread. She didn't even touch her fucking phone.
Oh, that's weird.
But it listened to what her boss was saying and then sent it to me. And she literally did not even touch her phone. It was the weirdest thing ever because I was laughing. She was like, my phone was more than an arm's reach away. She goes, I have no idea how that fucking happened.
Well,
I'm like, yeah, be careful when you talk shit about me.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? For people like y'all, that's good. But there's some people out there that are living dirty. That's going to that's going to
like expose them.
Exactly. Oh yeah, there's people getting caught with that kind of stuff. So let's talk about our title. The title of our show today. Yeah, let y'all watch the video first, and then we'll see what Megan's take is, and then the question of the day is Mitch dead or alive? Or does anybody care? I don't know, but You know,
I don't
that's.
know if I care.
Well, I care for a different reason. I'll explain my take.
Yes,
in a minute.
I'm sure we both care for that reason.
CNN obtained shocking video footage of Mitch McConnell being wheeled out of his house on a gurney covered by a sheet with his feet sticking out and loaded into an ambulance with zero rush from anyone around. No emergency chaos, no frantic medics, just calm handling like it was no big deal, even though reports claim CPR was in progress for an unconscious man. This stark video clashes hard with the frantic stories we've been fed. Prior signs of deterioration were already there, like those creepy freezing episodes on camera that looked like seizures, hinting McConnell's health had been crumbling for a long time. Yet Republicans pushed lies, with Scott Jenkins giving way too many details about chatting Senate history with him recently. The real motive screams through Mitch McConnell very likely died back in June, and they're covering it up to block someone like Thomas Massie from jumping into the Kentucky Senate race and becoming another thorn in Donald Trump's.
I think she's got some points there. And I don't like Tom Massie, but I think she has some very good points there.
So can I throw something out there? Because I was very, very confused, right? I remember seeing that video with the DC ambulance, hearing the 911 call. Now they're saying that 911 call was for Lindsey Graham. Different outlets are. But we were in Cleveland over this past weekend, and when Lindsey Graham passed away, I heard those 911 calls, and I thought it was Mitch McConnell. And, you know, granted, I'm not the most in tune. I try to be, but I missed some shit. But I heard those 911 calls fucking 3-4 days prior to Lindsey Graham dying. So, but they're trying to make it as those that DC Comp Center was for Graham versus McConnell, but it came out before that.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, this was back in June. I mean, Lindsey just died.
But what I'm saying, I heard that. I heard the fucking tapes. CPR in progress. I need a supervisor. I listened to the whole fucking thing. And
so
a dispatcher, you can't even understand.
What would be the end goal? Like, I get it.
Well, that's what Megan just said. They're trying to see, every state is different. Like, they immediately appointed in the state of South Carolina is where Lindsey Graham's from. So in that state, and I know in my state, and I don't know about y'all's state, the governor immediately appoints somebody. So apparently in Kentucky, now they're all fucked up over there. Apparently in Kentucky, you don't have an appointee. You have a immediate special election. So what they're afraid of is Tom Massie jumps in the race and Tom Massie wins. And then he ends up winning in the statewide later, because, you know, he just lost, but he's in a congressional district. He very well could have win. I'm assuming they think he has the chance to win a statewide election, the Senate. So maybe they're protecting that. But look, I get that. I understand the backroom deals of politics, but I am sick. Here's where I stand. First off, I think he's dead, is my opinion. And I love Scott Jennings. I'm a huge Scott Jennings fan, but I don't really believe Scott Jennings had this conversation with him, because if you listen to Scott Jennings, we were talking about political history. No, you weren't. You might have talked to him for a second, and his wife held the phone. First off, to me, she's a Chinese spy. The wife held the phone to his ear, and he might have mumbled something, but you didn't have an in-depth conversation. So I don't like that. People that I have respect for and I value their opinion, and they have credibility with people like us that are going to treat us like half a fucking fag. Tell us the fucking truth. Is the man dead? Or, you know what? If he's dead, say he's dead. They forget who the fuck they work for. It's just like this congressman in New Jersey who's a Republican, and I don't give a fuck, you're Republican or Democrat when it comes to this. This man didn't show up for work for 5 fucking months because he was depressed. Jason, what would happen if you didn't show up to the firehouse for 5 fucking months?
I'm trying to not do that now. But
you're trying to do that now, but you know,
just burning my time.
Yeah, but you have all that leave because you don't take off. You have all that leave built up through the 20 years because you didn't abuse leave.
Somebody would be asking a question, going, "Hey,
yeah,
we don't have anybody to drive the ladder." Like,
but I'm sick. It's like there's no accountability. They just don't show up fucking work. I just think there's a major problem with that. And to me, anybody in government, Scott Jennings is a journalist, and he doesn't work for the government. Anybody in the government that is covering up that Mitch McConnell is his health condition should be prosecuted. He works for the United States of America.
Can I speak on the public safety side of this with that
Yes.
video? And with what you saw, like he was brought out on a gurney, covered with a sheet with his feet out. I don't know how they do it in DC, but if somebody, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist for the most part, I don't think he's dead, but I don't think he's well. So I'll start.
I can. Yeah, I'll believe that.
Here where I live, we don't transport dead bodies in an ambulance.
Mhm.
If somebody's dead, then we work them. Let's just say we're doing CPR. Our protocol states we work them for 30 minutes. If we don't get a rhythm change, we call medical control, give them the scenario. They call it time of death. Now it's a cop issue. We leave. And then the coroner comes or funeral home, whatever. But
that's exactly how it is here. That's exactly how it is here.
They would not be. I think they took him out if he was in fact covered. I couldn't really tell in the video. If he was in fact covered, it was pretty much just to keep, even though everybody knows where he lives, like that's all public record.
Yeah.
It's more of a what's the right word? Not anonymity, but just modesty. Just cover him up so nobody can see who it is, because not everybody's going to know where he fucking lives, even though it's there. Not everybody looks that shit up. So that's what I think. But I don't think he's well. And that picture of him and his wife in the fucking hospital room where he's sitting there, I mean, he does look like Weekend at fucking Bernie's.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They're propping the man up. And, the only thing that keeps me from, I do think he's dead, but the thing that kind of keeps me holding back on that a little is Donald Trump hadn't celebrated his death yet. The minute Donald Trump finds out he's dead, Donald Trump is celebrating this man's death. He has been the biggest pain in the ass to Donald Trump.
It's like, again, like going back to all of the other theories that are out there, I feel like in this day and age with technology, we would have a lot more concrete things. You know what I mean? Like somebody would have said something. Whoever's doing more detail at the hospital is going to leak something out for a quick buck. Like there's so many avenues and ways that we could get a clear answer because of all the technology and all the big fucking mouths that like exist. I just don't think that he would be dead for this long and nobody knows for sure. I don't know. I can see why it's important to kind of perpetuate him being alive. But Jason, I agree with you. I think he's a mess. I don't think he's doing well.
They're blocking. I mean, they're blocking because technically he is still alive. He is a senator, even though he's probably not capable. And like you said, Jennings put way too many details out. We had a great conversation about,
Yeah, I didn't like that because I like Scott.
Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, just say,
I don't think he's talking.
I talked to him.
Yeah, he's not in talking condition. But
he was in talking condition before.
Right.
Yeah.
And
he's
then
like
the flip side.
Turkey.
And then the flip side of all of this too is like, if this is the case, let's say, and that's probably why I don't want to believe it, because in the event he is dead and everybody's covering for it, then we're pieces of shit too, because we had the biggest issue when this was going on with Biden, and here we are doing it with this guy. So
I agree with that. No, I do agree with you on that. I do.
That's why I'm hoping that's not the case, because that's a little fucked up.
Maybe Mitch took a page out of Biden's book and he's just sleeping.
Oh,
he's just he's had a hard life and it's a long nap.
Listen.
So y'all want to talk about since we touched on a little bit on Lindsey Graham, y'all want to talk about that? And I'm gonna tell you, I want to give a public apology on to Lindsey Graham.
Oh.
I've been kind of hard on him. I tell you, I really liked him. When he did the Kavanaugh hearing, what was that, 18? I didn't pull the video up, but that was to me, that was epic. The way that he handled that. I was a little hard on him for
that rant was awesome.
Yeah, yes. So I was a little hard on him when the government was shut down and he went to Disney World as a 70-year-old man by himself with no kids. I was a little suspicious of that, and I made some statements. But here I'm also not one. To me, if my opinion of you is you're not worth a shit when you're alive, then to me you're not worth a shit when you're dead. But what I did do was there's some things about. Let me tell you what.
It's funny as shit.
I don't want to be I don't want to be that guy now that he's dead. But let me tell you, I'm gonna change my mind because I did some research on him. This guy was in public office for 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
He has a $1.5 million net worth. Good for him.
890 of it is his house.
Yeah, you can at that salary, you can have that. And if you invest, he had no kids. He had been married. So, he wasn't worth $100 million, $200 million like Nancy Pelosi. I also didn't know that he was a retired JAG officer in the Navy and the reserves. He was a patriot. So my condolences for him. And let me tell you, what I did always like about him, I felt like he was a warmonger, and you know how I feel about warmongers, but he supported Donald Trump's agenda. And so I did like him for that. I thought he was a little flaky and a little fruity, kind of, but you know what? I think he's going to be a loss. I do think he's going to be a loss for the Senate because he did live and breathe America.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like all of Lindsey Graham's takes, but I do respect the fact that he respected the presidency enough.
He did
to support the agenda. He was pushing for the SAVE Act.
Yes,
he was trying to get shit done in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia. I didn't like all of his takes, but he was there. He was there when Trump needed him and when other Republicans needed him. But again, like, you still have that social stigma of like, what's this dude about?
You're 70-year-old man at Disney World. Yeah, what's going on here? Lock your little boys. Yeah, lock your little boys up.
Yeah, I can agree.
Hey, can I get a set of those Mickey ears? Thanks. But no, it is terrible. I am curious though. Like, everybody, the conspiracy theories went out with that. Like, oh, he just got back from Ukraine, and oh my God, it was so sudden. Well, I mean, let's be honest. These
are old ass men.
He's an older dude, not in the greatest shape, and he had they're calling it an aortic dissection, which that'll fucking take you out right the fuck now.
I don't believe the shit about him. I do not believe the stuff about him being poisoned. I don't believe that one bit. But but that's what people are going. That's what people do. That's what people are going.
If you'd rewound 40 years, maybe I'd grab onto that. You rewind 40 years, Cold War era, whatever. KGB putting a patch on you. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. And then look at the guy's physique. He's a 70-year-old fat man. I mean, he gave it a hell of a run. Sometimes they die. Sometimes 70-year-old fat men just die. That's what happens.
It's the same thing with Mitch. Like, again, he's 105 years old. Like, nobody should be surprised in the event that he is dead. That's not a guy.
We were talking about him 6 months ago on this show. Remember, he failed. He was like, remember that? I mean, this fucking hump.
I know.
Now, I will tell you this. I'm going to say it right now. Y'all can hold me to this. When they do announce that he's dead, you will not get an apology from me. You will not get condolences. I will not celebrate another human being's death, but that won't fuck Mitch McConnell. He's done nothing but fucking obstruct Donald Trump's agenda from day one. He's a piece of shit. His wife's a fucking Chinese spy. Fuck both of them.
I can't say it any better.
Yeah, but get better soon, Mitchie.
Get well, heart.
Remember, green Jello at 4:00.
That's the thing, and we say this often. If they would just quit treating us like we're fucking dumb, do people really? Do they think we're gonna fall for this?
That's what feeds Candace's friends.
Yeah,
on the other podcast.
I agree.
That's what I mean. I'm sorry. The only clear-cut conspiracy that was proven to be exactly what we all thought it was COVID, in my opinion. That is the one thing where I'm like, yep, that was hook, line, and sinker. We're still getting all the details. And it was very out in the open and very easy to connect those dots. And you had people coming out saying like, oh no, like we know this is this. You know what I mean? And it had no like crazy connect the dots bullshit that required all these foreign government bullshit things. It was China lab to America, fucking perfect storm to get Trump out of the election. You know, like easy breezy, beautiful. And here we are.
Yeah, and I don't want to get us kicked off, but it was the fucking perfect experiment that fucking
100%. 100%. And they got away with it.
Everybody.
They got away with it up until, like, again, you're forcing people to do things. That was a conspiracy, and that was a very open-ended, like, I can't believe you guys are falling for this shit kind of conspiracy, because the way that everybody was acting and what they were making you do were just so outlandish and crazy. And that was like, that changed me. But there are conspiracies that don't make logical sense and they require too much to work.
Yeah, I mean, but again, you have those other people that'll sit there and fucking grab it. And they're like, yeah.
Yes. Oh, they love it.
All the facts are there. Really? All right. So send me five. Send me five facts.
They can't do it.
Well, I mean, you got to look at this, and well, it depends on this. Give me the fucking facts, you moron.
And it's like, can you believe?
A lot of people are making a lot of money with all this, and they don't believe half the. Let me tell you what. Even though I say some crazy dumb shit, I believe every crazy dumb shit that I say.
Oh yeah, as you should.
These people like Candace Owens don't believe half the shit they're saying.
And she's got nothing to back it up. And I feel like that's the thing with some of these other things that are coming out with Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. Like, give me something to back it up. Like, okay, that video, I can understand that. But also, Jason, I felt it the same way, where they're trying to keep his identity a secret. He is kind of like a high profile guy. So, I mean, give me something. Nurse. What nurse went into the morgue and put his toe tag on? Like, these people would be readily available. They would have pictures. There would be something.
And Jill brought up earlier in the chats that you can get a death certificate. Like, there would be a death certificate that's out there.
Exactly. So easy. It's like, these aren't easy things to hide, especially for a long period of time, right? Like, again, these conspiracies are so interwebbed and detailed that the rest of the public fucking figures it out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
I don't track like that.
But Candace, whose fault are these conspiracies? To me, it's the media, mainstream media, and the government, because they have lied to us and they have just, kept things from us. That just shows you 20 years ago, we wouldn't have been doubting the things that we doubt because we had a trust in the government. And that trust is gone.
We had better quality citizens too. I feel like we had better quality people around, and now you just have people that want any excuse for all the bad shit that happens in their life.
Yeah.
They want any excuse to tear down people that don't align with them. And again, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with large groups of people that are like, again, they hate pretty white Christians. Like, again, Erica Kirk is easy to hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mitch McConnell, easy to hate. Of course, traditionally we do.
Don't put them two in the same sentence. Come on.
No, of course not. But you know what I'm saying? The
I do
government
not. No, I know what you're saying.
is easy to hate because the government is the one that's like controlling your life and blah, 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 blah. And so it's just this like constant circle jerk that people want to put on other people just to keep that mentality of everybody's lying to you. Because when you do that, you make a group of people so much easier to divide. And that's what we're seeing. And that's why I hate it, because I look at a lot of these people like the Candace Owens cult, and it's like, what you're doing as a mom is you're making this country so much more unsafe. And you're letting go the things that we see with our eyes, which is radical leftist violence that want to take conservatives out like it's, a new fucking TikTok dance. Okay. And by saying that that's not the case and it's something else, you're making it so much less safe here for people like me and my kids and you guys and everybody else.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you have the left that has their beliefs, which, okay, have your beliefs, that's fine, whatever. Use them in the voting booth, doing it the right way.
Yes.
Doing it correctly. All about fucking showing ID to prove who the fuck you are. But what happens is they get in these pockets in these groups, and they hear one like little snippet that may not be completely factual, and they turn it into their own fact, and then they're telling it's telephone, telegraph, telefireman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What starts here doesn't end up the same over here,
right?
And then it just it's a snowball effect. It just keeps
never does. So speaking of liberals, we have been waiting for this day. We talk about this every week about how Republicans, conservatives, we are eating each other, and the Democrats are staying together. Well, I think that we are seeing the end of this. There is a civil war going on between the Democrats. When you think of Democrats, and I'm still old enough, and you know, the Kennedy Democrats are gone. That is gone. And what's calling themselves, and there's a war between those two ideologies. And I think I think we just got to sit back, get the popcorn, and watch this one, because it's going to get interesting.
Nearly evenly split on Friday when the House voted on a Republican resolution to condemn socialism. 86 Democrats voted in favor, 98 against. Top leadership surprised some by voting yes. No surprise on some of the no votes. They included Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Maxine Waters, Jasmine Crockett, and Ilhan Omar. Democratic Senator John Fetterman, never afraid to criticize his own party. Listen to what he said.
Go to any place that live or have lived under socialism, 100% would vote to condemn it. I've spoke to people when I've been in those kind of former countries, and they say it's a disaster, and they can't believe America's even having this conversation. You know, there's that expression, you know, bad ideas just won't die. And I don't know why our party's going to talk about it for these things, but I would strongly reject it.
The House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries voted in favor of the condemnation, even as he faces a midterm primary challenge. Democratic Socialist Chi Osei announcing that he will run for the Brooklyn Democrat seat. Osei is looking to join fellow Democratic Socialist of America members in the House. They include AOC and Rashida Tlaib in Congress. When it comes to mayors, Zoran Mamdani and Katie Wilson's wins in the New York and Seattle mayor's races highlight recent socialist victories in socialist races.
Well, it's here. The Civil War is here.
I disliked John Fetterman in the very, very beginning. I have grown to love fucking
dude.
Hoodie.
This is the star, man.
I nickname him Hoodie, and I love that dude. And at some point, you mark my words, on July 16th at 6:24 Eastern, he will turn Republican.
I agree.
At some point, I don't know when. But he's getting fed up with that fucking bullshit, and he's absolutely correct. And I love the fact he's not afraid to speak his mind.
And what is his main Democrat? Is he pro-choice? What is his main thing that makes him a Democrat?
I feel like he was always moderate, to be honest. Like, he never had.
That's probably more fair.
I like that he's a free thinker and he thinks for himself, and he goes the way he thinks his constituents would benefit from.
And even like standing when all the Democrats would sit.
Mm-hmm.
Him standing, he's the only one of the only ones. I'm not gonna say
I like anybody that's their own man, and it's not going to be part of a tribe or herd. I'm not tribal. I'm not going to be.
And we busted his balls a lot on One More and I'm out of here, but
he deserved it.
I'm allowed. Like, I can admit, like, hey, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I judged a book by the cover without opening it and reading at least the first chapter,
like I did Lindsey with his little fruity self.
But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to say that I'm fucking wrong, because I'm wrong all the fucking time.
I'm weary of them all. I feel like, again, when it comes to the Democratic Party, it's what they can do to stay in their positions. So they're coming out against democratic socialism, and it's like, are you doing that because you really feel that this is bad for the country, or are you trying to keep your seats? Because they're, those two, you have to kind of define which one you want to go. Because if you're going to play nice with them just so you can keep your seat, I don't know how to feel about that proposed split. Because at the end of the day, they vote together. They all vote together. So
yeah, you're right about that. So they can have their civil war, but when it comes down to it, they're gonna stay together for that. But what's going to be interesting is, Hakeem Jeffries, he's he's very close to being the Speaker of the House. He could get he's getting primaried. He might get beat because Mondummy and AOC's guy, so it's kind of a weird deal. And let me tell you, we definitely don't need another socialist in Congress. But my God, how great would it be for Hakeem Jeffries to not even get reelected?
So I don't know if you guys play poker or not, but Hakeem Jeffries fucking went all in for the last 8, 9, 10 months. I mean, just going hard in the paint. And guess what? He fucking lost because now everyone's fucking against him.
Yeah.
Because he's not ascribing to what he thought was going to be, but now it's over here.
Well,
they're mad at him. And he's fucked. He's fucked.
We knew something was going on during Mondummy's race when he didn't endorse Mondummy until like the last week of the election. And he still did it. They still. Yeah, no. At the end of you're right. At the end of the day, they're gonna do it, but they're fighting amongst themselves, and it's just beautiful because we've seen it with the Republican Party. That's why we're gonna lose the midterms. When you start eating each other, the people that lose are you. You're all you're doing is hurting yourself. That's why I was like, man, why don't we get together? It's too late now. There's too much. With the Tucker and the Ben Shapiro and all that stuff. And I don't even know if that matters anymore, but it's they're right there with us. Yeah. Oh, I think we're going to lose.
We're going to lose. It is what it is. I accept it. It happens. It's been throughout history. We're going to lose. It's fine. And then what I always love when we do lose is that then the Democrats get what they want, and then the rest of the people are like, oh, that's actually a bad idea, and we don't love that. And it's like, well, fucking A, I don't know what to tell you. It's. I
do think that if we lose the midterms, it gives JD a better chance to win the presidency.
Agreed. And he's the only one that can win people over. I think.
Hey, let me tell you what that dude, man. That dude is special. He is special really when it comes to that.
He really is. And I feel like, do I think Marco Rubio could do the same thing? Maybe, but I feel like he's a little more, he's not as soft as Vance. So I think Democrats that are in the middle or the independents that are like, I don't know, the softness of Vance will help them come around.
Well, did you see him on The View? He had them angry women wanting to fuck him.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm sure they did from beginning.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was like what did Joy Behar say?
He said, hey, can you take that flag off your lapel before I fuck you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unsafe.
Hey, it was he's just good. The guy's good. And that's what we're going to need on the campaign trail, going on these podcasts and going on these debates, because he's going to have some things to answer to. He's going to have to answer to Iran. And I think that, and he was like, he's kind of had my stance. He's not a warmonger, and he's going to have to explain it. He's doing a hell of a job explaining it. He did good on The View explaining it.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely made himself accessible, which I like. Even though Camel Toe made herself accessible, but you didn't know what the fuck she was saying.
No,
she was either drunk or just put a bunch of words together, and the word salad came out.
Yeah,
but
today is today, and tomorrow is tomorrow.
She's still on her Miller Lite
today will be tomorrow. Yeah,
hey, easy. No, she's on her wine tour.
Oh yeah.
Don't fuck my brand up with Camel Toe.
She's more of like the box of wine kind of gal.
Oh yeah, she's a Boda box bitch.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, so now I gotta drink again. I need to make a shirt like that. Boda box bitch with her picture.
I love it. Do it.
Shit, maybe that's how.
What else? We're getting towards the end. What else we need to cover?
I think we did all the things.
I just something dumb and personal, but I did my count this past shift. I physically have 18 shifts left at the firehouse.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Happy
countdown is on.
That's awesome, man. That's a good feeling, man. I know we've had that talk, and it's a big step, but man, I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna regret it 1 second. Mm-hmm. You're not gonna regret it.
But it's like, all right, tick tock, tick tock.
I feel that. I have like what 79 days.
Yeah. So what? Hey,
let's
do that. Let's give a pregnancy update.
Yeah. So I will be 29 weeks on Saturday. So
Okay.
I have a maximum of 11 weeks left, and that's it. He's gonna be here.
You ready?
Wow.
No, we don't have shit done, and I'm just like, whatever.
Is that usually how it happens, though?
No, this time for whatever reason, that's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
So what y'all
we'll figure it out.
What you got in closing?
Fox said in the chats that you had that Prego glow.
It's sweat.
I don't know if you
sweat and grease.
It's hot.
It's like I don't know, 1,000,000 degrees outside, and we can't go outside.
Okay, so how hot is it over there? I want to hear
Canada.
you two. I want to hear you two bitch about 70-degree weather. How hot
but
is
here's
it?
the thing: it's like 90, but fucking Canada. You know, the environmental great people are ruining our lives, and it smells like a fucking campfire like all day. It's terrible.
We're 89, and it feels like 97.
Well, do you have smoke too?
No.
Oh, it's terrible here. It's terrible.
We're probably right now this time of day. We're probably 95. It feels like 110, 107.
And
yeah, but at least you could go outside and go in your
sticky
pool.
And fucking sticky.
So Pappas is up in Michigan at his place.
It's worse there.
Up there, and he keeps posting on Facebook about how smoky and shit it is coming over.
Yeah,
really?
Air quality is trash. Again, more gifts from shitholes like Canada. Thank you.
Yeah.
So guys in my bike club.
Thanks, Tyler.
guys in my bike club, we've got Canadian members, and they're like, "Hey, would you snow Mexicans? Put the fires out. We're done with it." So we fuck with each other all the time.
So what do y'all have for what y'all have in closing?
I feel again, like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think we're going to see some major changes here coming up, whether it's with Mitchie and whether he falls off the back of a boat like Bernie did, or whatever they decide to do with him. It will be interesting to see the time frame of that, because again, if they're trying to hold him until August, it'll be definitely an interesting turn of events.
Agreed.
What you got, Cam?
And I would say, with all the different theories that are coming out, there's so much time that still has to happen before we can start getting clarity on them. But I really want to caution people from following some of these groups like these, like Hacks, the New Party, and some of these other people that come up and they try to, pretend that they're for you and that your ideas are their ideas, because it's not new. It's the same old shit. It's the same old shit we've heard, and it's just all making people go further towards a like anarchist kind of thought process. And that's really what I see. So I really want people to be very wary of some of these groups that come after you or, start pushing content out there, because they're full of shit. And I would even be mindful of those that are like dumping off the Trump train. Like there's another content creator, Never Woke, and he's like, used to be all about Trump. Now he's like independent, and he says he's going to vote blue for Congress, but vote red locally. And it's like, who the fuck does that? That makes no sense whatsoever. And it just shows how politically ignorant most people are. So I really caution people while things are changing and we don't know what the fuck's going on with Mitch and this one and that one, and we've got midterms coming up. You don't need to look for outside people to find a place where you belong. You need to read more books. And that's where you'll find out, what your thoughts and ideas are and where you belong in the political climate.
That's definitely nicely said. So I'm just going to kind of repeat something I said earlier. Rest in peace, Lindsey Graham. I think that we need more people, whether you agreed with everything that he did or his stance. We need more people with it's about intent. He, to me, had the intent to govern. There's too many people there. They don't have the intent to govern. They want to be influencers. They're getting there to build their platform and their personal brand. Lindsey Graham was there to govern, and he gave a lifetime of service. So rest in peace, and our condolences to him, to his family. And the liberals are losing their mind because they appointed his sister. That is a monumental appointment, because there's an election in November. You don't appoint. There's nothing wrong with them appointing.
American history. This is also they don't.
They're saying it's DEI. How's that? It might be nepotism, but it's not DEI. They didn't appoint her. They didn't appoint her because she is a woman, or they didn't appoint her because she's, whatever. They appointed her because she's Lindsey's sister, and she's not going to run.
This is what they've done throughout history. There's like a handful of wives that temporarily filled in for their husbands when they died. It's in fucking American history.
Yeah, that's how.
It's a thing. It's called I think they call it like the widow's mandate. He didn't have a spouse. It went to his fucking sister. The people who are having a meltdown, this is why they shouldn't vote, because these are the people that are telling you that you're a dumbass for thinking Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. Like, circle it all back there.
It's a gentleman's agreement that they don't run. That's why they appoint them. And look, who else would take an appointment for 6 months and uproot to DC, So that and she's got a house there. I'm sure she was the only heir he didn't have any kids, unless she's got,
I have no words for this.
Unless he's got some little boy that's in his will. I don't know. The little boy that he met at Disney World in his will. I don't know. I had to say it.
Shit.
I had to say it.
He fucking says R.I.P. and then fucking.
And then he's like, by the way,
condolences to the kids in your basement.
Oh, damn.
I'm joking. This is a fun show. We're joking.
I mean, hey, Bill said he was creepy too. I didn't know how creepy he was, but whatever.
Who's that?
Graham.
Oh yeah,
Bill told me, he was like, he's a fucking creep,
Yeah, he was creepy, but man was there to govern. I'm just it impressed me that
whatever.
Yeah, it didn't impress me. It impressed me that he died with a $1.5 million net worth.
Me too.
And not $100 million net worth.
Yep.
So.
Exactly.
All right, are we gonna do 2 in a row? We're gonna be back next week, or what are we doing?
I feel like we can be.
We should be.
It's
all right.
It's mainly your faults. It's very rarely me.
It's not my fault. I don't have a life.
Hold on.
I don't have a life.
We had Dance Mom going on for a while.
Oh, listen.
Oh no. Oh, you
listen.
You listen, Linda.
Don't you mess with my dance vibes, okay?
We were good.
I had the Bible study.
Yeah. This holy roller over here who's like, oh, talk to little boys.
Holy roller who says fuck Lindsey Graham and the boys in his basement.
Like, fuck Mitch McConnell. I apologize for some shit. And then he's like, opening up his Bible, like, letters to Paul.
Well, pretty
that's
obvious.
Why I love being able to podcast like this, because we get some good shit out, but then we're all full of shit anyway.
Of course. Like we're all terrible human beings.
It's because we're humans.
Hey,
that's why.
Look right here what I have. My life application Bible right here.
Oh, you need to whip that out and start it.
Here's my holy water. Donald J. Trump. Bourbon.
All right, we will be back next week. We had a good crowd tonight, and peace, everybody.
Everybody take care. Kiefer the Therapy, 8:00 Eastern.
Oh, we'll join.
Oh, fun. I'm not doing anything but getting fat, so you guys will see me next week.
Bye. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night, guys. See ya.